In the realm of governance, two terms frequently emerge: unitary states and federalism. But what exactly do these terms mean, and how do unitary and federal states differ from one another? This video aims to provide a comprehensive overview of unitary and federal systems of government, exploring their distinctions and shedding light on related concepts. In most countries around the world, the prevailing system of government is unitary. In a unitary state, decision-making power is concentrated in a central government located in the capital city. The central government has the authority to make decisions for the entire country and enact laws that apply to all regions. However, there are alternative models that deviate from this centralized structure. Contrast the unitary government, we have federal state or federalism. While a central government still exists, there are also local governments operating within specific regions. These local governments, often referred to as states, possess certain similarities to the central government but operate with more limited spheres of power. They have the right to legislate, maintain their executive branches, and even resolve the local disputes through their own courts and tribunals. The term federal derives from the Latin word foedus, meaning contract or agreement. Therefore, a federal state can be seen as the result of an agreement and contract among local governments to collectively exercise some of their powers. These shared powers, such as military and foreign policy, are managed by a separate political entity known as the federal government. It is important to note that the delegation of powers to the central government in a federal state does not strip local governments of their authority. Parallel institutions may emerge as a result. For example, a local government may have its own police organization, while the federal government maintains its own. However, the existence of these parallel institutions can occasionally lead to conflict and disputes, which are typically resolved through constitutional means. It is uncommon for a unitary country to transition voluntarily into a federal state under normal circumstances. Federal governments usually emerge when smaller local governments agree to form a joint government due to external pressure, while still maintaining a significant degree of independence. A prominent historical example is the United States of America. The 13 colonies, after waging war against Britain, believed that a central government was necessary to ensure security, pursue foreign policy, and establish a unified military in the face of potential external threats. The structure and composition of local governments within a federal country can vary significantly. Some countries like Bosnia and Herzegovina have only 2 local governments, while others such as Switzerland comprise 26 local governments known as cantons. It is intriguing to note that these cantons can vary in size, with some having populations of less than 50,000 and areas smaller than 40 square kilometers. On the other hand, countries like Russia have vast regions such as Republic of Sakha or Yakutia with areas exceeding 3 million square kilometers. Or in India, for example, the state of Uttar Pradesh has a population of more than 200 million. Beyond federalism, there is another concept called confederation. In a confederation, there is no central government. Instead, several local governments come together through an agreement and delegate specific facilities and often military forces to one of the local governments. Belgium is often considered the country that most closely resembles a confederation. However, it is worth noting that currently no state is officially recognized as a confederation. For example, Switzerland, despite its historical name of the Swiss Confederation, has evolved into the federal state with a central government. Devolution is another concept closely related to the decentralization of power within a country. It refers to the process of transferring certain powers and responsibilities from the central government to subnational entities, such as regions or local authorities. Devolution aims to address regional disparities, promote local autonomy, and accommodate specific regional identities or demands. Unlike federalism, where power is shared between the central government and local governments through a constitutional framework, devolution can be a more flexible and adjustable arrangement. countries like the United Kingdom and Spain have implemented devolution to varying degrees, granting different levels of legislative and executive power to their respective regions, such as Scotland and Catalonia. Devolution allows for recognition and accommodation of regional diversity while maintaining a unified state. In real world, power structure within governments exists on a spectrum, ranging from full-fledged unitary system to confederations. The exact placement on this spectrum varies from each country, but their classification as a federal or unitary is typically determined by their constitutions and official claims. In addition to devolution, even within a unitary state, certain aspects of governance, such as local budgets and regulations, may be determined at the local level through elected councils. However, it is important to note that these local assemblies and councils derive their authority from the laws established by the central government, which retain the power to modify or revoke these responsibilities. This arrangement allows for some degrees of local decision-making, but ultimately the central government maintains the final say. On the other hand, in federal states, the authority of local governments is constitutionally guaranteed. The power and autonomy of local governments are explicitly defined and protected by the Constitution, ensuring that they have a certain level of independence in decision-making and governance matters. This constitutional guarantee provides a stronger foundation for regional autonomy and self-governance within the federal framework. Out of 193 countries, 166 are unitary states, while 27 are governed under federalism. Interestingly, despite the number of unitary states being over 6 times that the federal state, almost half of the Earth's land area is under federal governance. This can be attributed to the fact that larger countries tend to adopt federal structure. Among the 8 largest countries globally, only China operates as a unitary state. In conclusion, the distinction between unitary and federal systems of government lies in the concentration of decision-making power. Unitary states centralize all decisions in the capital, while federal states maintain both a central government and local governments that determine the regional affairs. Understanding these concepts enhances our comprehension of governance systems worldwide. While this video has provided comprehensive overview, it is important to acknowledge that power structure exists on a spectrum, with confederations representing one end and full-fledged unitary systems on the other. By delving into these distinctions, we can gain a deeper understanding of these dynamics between central and local governance. Thank you for watching this video. If you found the content informative, we appreciate your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Feel free to leave any questions and suggestions for future topics in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.